are here. It is Sunday. And believe it or not, guys, I'm just going to start off talking about me. So Tia should be joining us soon. And we all know I'm going to kick off right away. Some may know, some may not know. First and foremost, for everyone that is here, thank you for coming to spend your Sunday with me, at least 55 minutes of your Sunday with me. For those that are coming in after the live, hit that hashtag replay. And thanks for coming to check us out. But it has been a night. So this week was a heavy work week for me. And what that means is come Friday, I still have more to do, right? It's not that often that I work on the weekends anymore. So that's one thing for myself. Last year, I said coming into 2024, I want to eliminate, all the time that I spent on the weekends working. Meaning, if I can't get it done Monday through Friday, it's okay. It'll be there on Monday. Otherwise, get someone from the team to cover, etc. Just so I can have time for me to craft. So I don't really craft too much during the week, only because of my job. So I work an hour and 25 minutes away from my home. So I spend about 2 hours, 50 minutes, let's just say, because of traffic, sometimes 3 hours for travel time. I work in the office 4 days a week. I work at home 1 day a week, but I absolutely love what I do. So I have to say that if you love what you do, right, I don't think about the travel time. Another thing is I move every 10 years. So I've been in this house for 9 years. The home prior to this, I was 10 minutes away from my job. All right. So switched it around. My husband, 15 minutes away from his job. Me, hour and a half. But that'll change, right? So that will change. But at the end of the day, it all begins with doing what makes you happy. So what makes me happy is crafting. I need to spend more time crafting. I try to think for myself, all right, let me see, how can I get so many hours in a day? But I'm still getting there. I'm still getting there. But I absolutely love what I do. Love what I do. I've been in the industry that I've been in for 30 plus years. I am a seasoned professional. And again, I feel like I'm not successful until I make other people successful. But with that said, everything that I do, I put my heart and soul into it. And I'm involved in something right now, which is very important from a people perspective, because for me, it's all about people. You can have all the systems in the world, you can have all the automation in the world, but if you don't have the people that can sit back when those systems break, that can sit back when those lights go out and still do their job, that's not a success. That's not a success for me. So I'm involved in something that's very people related at work. It's something that's very important, and I had to put some extra time into that. But with that said, I didn't sleep Friday. So I went on to, you guys know who our special guest is, DP with Sparklers. So I went on to T-Moz Live on Friday, and I spent probably about maybe an hour in the live, maybe an hour. And I had to drop because I had to work on something. And I want to say something because for me, and I know I needed somebody here with me yesterday. And I'm talking about all day. I was home by myself, had all the time in the world, but I just could not. Going into Friday, coming from Friday, going into Saturday, I knew what I had to do, but I just could not get situated. Let's just say that my brain couldn't get situated to get it done. I just could not focus. So with that said, Saturday, I said to myself, all right, you got to buckle down. You got to get this done. And that's another thing about me. When it comes time to getting things done, from a business perspective, I get it done. Even if it means I have to stay up all night. So long story short, because I'm going to wrap this up, because guys, I'm a storyteller. Long story short, yesterday, I needed someone here. And I'm going to tell you who that someone is, okay? She is also part of DP with Sparklers. That is Cheryl Gearhart. And the reason why I say Cheryl is because you know how you make a connection? You make a connection with people, right? I have a connection with Tima. I have a connection with Cheryl. I have a connection with Tia, amongst other people. But Cheryl recognized something with me. And she said, I'll tell you at the retreat. She's like, Rochelle, sit down. Sit down. I'm organizing. I got to get my stuff all ready. But you would think after 15, 20 minutes, I'm done, right? No. Half an hour, I'm still organizing. That's how I sort of, I guess, get through my own anxiety. So I had to sit down, or I'm in here and I'm looking around. I'm like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. Still wasn't focused on my work. So a light bulb went off in my head. Let me see. It was probably about 2 a.m. It was like 2 a.m. And I'm like, all right, Rochelle, you got to get this done. What is going on? Banged it out. So when I say I banged it out, I got it done at 9 a.m. this morning. 9 a.m. this morning. So I was up for probably about, with no sleep, maybe 30 hours. But that's normal for me. I get like that sometimes, 30 hours. So I said, all right, that's it. I feel good about it. When I say I feel good, feel real good about it. I know going into work next week is going to be a good thing. So with that said, I got a little tired, which I don't usually get tired, but I got a little tired at like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. And I was like, I think I could lay down. That's the thing about me too. If I lay down when I'm tired, I can sleep. I didn't work on my diamond painting, which I wanted to work on my diamond painting. I'm like, nope, tomorrow's another day, which is today. So I think I laid down at about, took a shower, like 11:30 maybe. So that's about what? A couple hours ago. And I laid down, and if I get 2.5, 3 hours, I'm good. Woke up 3 hours, and I was like, okay, I got to get ready for my live. Let me make some coffee and go sit myself down to get ready for my live. So here I am. And with that said, I am happy, I am ready, and we are going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. So I don't know where Tia is, but we're not going to worry about that because we're going to bring on our special guest. All right, we're going to bring on our special guest. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone is crafting and having a ball. All right. Now, I need to do some crafting so I can get caught up, and I will get there. I will get there. Not to worry, I will get there. So I hope everyone had a great time. For those that are working on their cross-stitch conversions, we're going to talk bling today. We're going to talk bling. So before I bring on our special guest, which is Tima, she's one of our special guests. Let me just talk a little bit about DP with Sparklers. So for me, DP with Sparklers, everyone knows Tima, right? Everyone knows Tima. Everyone knows Cheryl Gearhart's. Why? Because they are the queen, or as Tia would say, the goddess. Tia would say, Tima is the goddess of bling, right? So DP with Sparklers is more than bling, okay? And let me tell you why. You know, you ever meet someone where you just have this connection? I make connections with people. So I'm going to talk about Tima for a second, all right? Yes, she is the queen of bling, but she has a heart of gold, a heart of gold. And when I say that, it's not just bling, right? It's about being able to sit down and have a conversation with someone, and that person can hear you. They don't even have to talk, but you know they hear you. How you know they hear you? You may see them a year later, and they have brought something that you talked about a year ago. And that something could be something big, something small, does not matter. But they have brought something that you talked about a year ago that is special to you and sort of reintroduced it, right? And it's something that is heartwarming. It's something that's just something you connect with. So I'm going to talk about me. I come from a long line of healers. My mother is the definition of kindness, the definition of love, the definition of giving. And that's why I'm that way. That's how I feel. It's just in me. It's just in me. Who I am has a lot to do with where I come from. It's in me. And when I say Tima has a heart of gold, not just Tima, her family, right? J. Paul, her daughter, her oldest daughter, Tiffany. When I sit down and I talk to Tiffany, I feel like I'm talking to Tima. They're like the same. They have the same heart, a heart of gold, just special, just special. You look at her channel, you go to her channel, you'll see her family come in. And they all, I can feel the kindness in the room, and I'm not even there. I can just feel it. It's just love. All right. So DP with Sparklers for me is more than just bling. Right? It's a special connection. It's a special family. It's a special company I will always support. And support doesn't always mean buying. All right. Support comes in many forms. So I want to thank Tima because she supports me and she knows what I mean. Cheryl Gearhart. I'm going to talk about Cheryl. Cheryl may not be in the live today. She has some things going on. She may be in the chat later, but I'm going to talk about Cheryl. Cheryl recognized something about me. She recognized that sometimes I can't focus. I need someone to slow me down. I need someone to say, Rochelle, it's going to be okay. Why are you doing that? And that reminds me of my childhood. When I was growing up, my mother would be like, no, you can sit down. It's going to be okay. You don't got to do that right now. You don't have to be perfect. It'll be there tomorrow. That's a connection, and it makes me feel good. So I love being around Cheryl. I love being around Tima. All right. So enough about me. And I'm an emotional person, guys. Very emotional. Very emotional. All right. And I give credit where credit is due. So enough about me. I'm going to bring on our special guest, and we are going to talk bling. All right, Tima, are you ready? Here we go. Let's bring Tima in. Let's bring.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready.
Hi, everyone. Hello to the chat. And I'm a talker, guys. If anyone knows anything about me, and hopefully you guys can hear me, I move my microphone all the way over. But I have this huge microphone that's like, it picks up everything. It'll pick up my dogs barking, people at the front door. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And yes, I am a talker. But Tima, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I know you got a new channel here and you take on so much. Rochelle takes on the world. She has to conquer the world and be perfect at conquering, doesn't she? But she does have that heart of gold. And I'll tell you what, she'll set out whatever she does. She's going to set out to do it right and do it good. Yes, she is.
I try, Tima. I try. That's the thing, guys. No matter what I do, it could be, I got to pick some new paper towels. I will research it, make sure I'm paying the right price before I actually do it. But yes, I try my best to, whatever I put into something, I try to give it my all, because that's
and
how.
I want to tell you, if you have any questions on what kind of towels are the best, this woman right here, she's the expert. She knows. She knows. So if you have, like, if you're like, oh, what kind of towel should I have hanging here, or what kind of towels are the best drying, or what side, all the things, this woman is your go-to right there.
Hey, listen, I probably use about 6 towels a day. I could probably go right outside this door, and I bet you there's some towels sitting out there that I washed last night and I folded up this morning. I don't know why. It's just what I do. But I do, and I do. I'm a towel person. Not only me, other people in my home too. So yes. Any questions about towels? Come see me.
She's the towel queen. I will tell you that.
And it's weird because I'll go in the store and the first thing I say, oh, those are some nice looking towels over there. Target, it doesn't matter.
Does she have enough towels? Do you have enough towels?
Too many.
Even cute towels. Like, how old are your oldest towels?
Oh no. So towels recycle pretty quickly. I rip them up for rags when I clean at times. I have dogs, so when I have to take them to the vet, I use towels to line the cars up, and then they have to go bye-bye when we come back. So yes, I have a lot of towels, and I have Temu. Temu has these I don't know, they're like soft containers, I want to call them. They're soft.
Oh, yeah, fabric.
Right? Well, I was like, oh, and they're like $2.75. I'm like, oh, I need to get a bunch of those because I got to put my towels in there. We never run out of towels here. Never run out. And guess what I get for Christmas? Guess what my husband gets me for Christmas? Not just me. Yes. Yes.
Y'all, I want Rochelle's old towels because they're probably better than my newest towels. That's what I want.
But no matter what I do, I have to say this because I don't know how many other people, no matter what I do, why can't I find the washcloth that goes to that towel? Then I gotta start over.
Are you saying that that's what you need to?
Yeah, it has to match.
It has to match. Okay, it has to match.
I don't understand it. Like what happened? I know I have, and I get 2 sets of everything. And we all have different towels, right? Different colors, so we all know whose towels are who. But somehow, just like your socks, you know how when you put your socks in the wash machine and dry, one just, I don't know. The wash machine eats it or the dryer eats it. I don't know what happens. Literally. Well, my washcloths get disconnected from my towels. And
Well, if you always buy them all the same color, you would never have an issue, right?
That is. See what I'm saying, Tima? That's so true. I might do that next week.
I can't.
Buy 4 that are same color.
I can't. That can't be something that's new to you, surely.
But we can't use each other's towels, or they can't use my towel. They can use each other's towel. They can't use mine. No, I need my own.
Well, all of yours could be one color.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
they're all different colors. That's
There you
one
go.
thing. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So
I just got
Tina.
new pins from Carrie this week. I showed her
Oh,
in my life.
hey, Carrie.
Carrie and Tim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Leopard Leatherworks. So last Sunday's show was show and tell. It was all about Leopard Leatherworks pens.
Oh, fun.
Yes. And here's one Leopard Leatherworks pen that I couldn't show because I gifted it to Tiffany. So we'll get Tiffany one day. We'll get her on the show and we'll have her show her Leopard Leatherworks pen.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
That's
All
right. Because you'd had a whole bunch.
Yes.
At the retreat, you got a whole, okay.
Yes, I had a whole bunch. So I gifted one to Tiffany, and I said to myself, that's a good way to get Tiffany on the show. Because then she can talk to her friends. We'll get her one day. We'll get Tiffany on the show.
Yes.
So Tima.
Yep. Oh.
Blank canvas. This is my progress, everyone.
She's so cute.
Isn't she cute? She is coming along.
She is so cute.
Blank canvas. And Tima, I did something different.
What?
So we're going to talk about that. So what I did was, I normally don't plan my bling before I start, unless I'm looking at one of Tima's enhancement suggestions, right? I don't plan it. I just it comes to me as I'm doing it, and I'll write it down as I'm doing it. But for this one, I planned it before I started.
Okay.
So I came up with an enhancement suggestion for myself and said, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to try to stick to it, right? And that's another reason, guys, why it takes me long to do my paintings, because I'm like, and I'm having fun with it. I love it. I usually just, as it is coming alive, I'll change my bling, but not this time. I planned it out and I love what I did.
Good.
So I started off, Tima, with 10 or 11 suggestions before I started the canvas. I must have looked at the picture for weeks.
Okay.
I was like, oh, let me see. I think Pixie will go here. I'm going to do 904, 700, 901. So I did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I planned it out. But when I opened it up, I said, oh, wait a minute. I need a little bit more. Because the drills weren't as sparkly as I thought they would be.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I wound up having 24 enhancement suggestions.
Ooh, nice.
24.
What size is she?
She is 21 by 60 centimeters. So I'll convert that to inches. That's centimeters, though.
20 by 60. That's so cute.
Yeah, she's little, but she's so cute. So what I did, guys, I said to myself, and Tia talked about it last week as well. The drills, I think they are acrylic. The regular drills that come in a kit and not resin. So they don't have that shine. But let me tell you, when you put them against the right enhancements, the right bling, look at this. It shines like nobody's business. So what I did was I decided to add more because I wanted a certain shine. Like if you look in here, right? Originally, I didn't have too many replacements, but I said, nope, I'm going to replace it. And because I have replacements in almost every, and when I say a section, my sections are like that. I have replacements in every section and I planned it. It is coming out beautiful and it sparkles like nobody's business. But I'm going to tell you guys, S for S, when you put S for S with crystals, whether it's crystal AB or crystal, it just shines. And I don't use ABs anymore. I use pixie dust. So all my bling is from, and look, everybody, you can have your bling of choice, but I use all DP with Sparkles products, and that's just me. And it all works so well together. But look at this. She is so gorgeous. I absolutely love her. And I think what's really giving her the shine is the fact that I'm using crystal ABs, crystals, and sparklers, sort of in the same clusters.
Right.
And it makes everything around it shine.
Right.
So enough about me, Tima. What are your thoughts? And I'm going to bring Tia in because Princess Tia is here. What are your thoughts when you have a blank canvas and you have a pattern of coming up with bling?
Honestly, and that's what I told you what I would do, because I've never done a cross stitch conversion, guys, because this is going to be very interesting, right, Tia? Howdy there. There's our Vegas virtuoso right there.
It is.
So I just said exactly what Rochelle just said. I said I would look at the original picture, decide where I'd want the bling, look at the DMC, and try to match those as best I could, knowing or not knowing, having put them there on the canvas to see where each and every space is. So I would do what you ended up doing, is my best guess, since I haven't ever done that. Did you do 1, 2? Are you working on 1, 2, Tia?
Yeah, but mine is going a little bit slower. I was speeding along. I had a hiccup last week because I had an eye injury. And I have had to frog, which is a term we use in cross stitch, which means pick up.
Okay.
Because like she was saying, I did talk about it last time. I was struggling with how it looks against the solid, it's not up against, I don't know if you can see my but the bling, I don't know, I'm struggling with the colors, I guess. When we bling normal regular patterns, we have the color infusion and it's rendered already on.
Right.
And so what I'm doing is, and I don't have a paper pattern. Rochelle, she did her thing and she printed everything 2 and 3 times. And she, that's the business savvy in her. But I just did my digital pattern on my iPad right inside. And so it's almost like I'm trying to work, in the blank space. And I'm like the original creator and things. So I'm not looking at the paper pattern. I'm looking at the blank and then going in and seeing, and I'm resuming and zooming and resuming and zooming in. And it's just making it a little challenging, the creativity I'm going to reward myself for because I'm really busting my butt.
Well, what's your picture?
Let me get the picture for you. But it is it's cute. 1 second.
I think Tia was probably struggling with the fact that they're not resin drills.
Correct.
Regular drills are acrylic and they're very dull. And
I hate them drills.
So I think she struggled with that. But for me, I didn't even pay attention that they were.
Oh, okay. She's cute.
Don't look at that word underneath.
I can't see it because it's cut off by, okay, there you go. Now I see it.
It's cut off for a reason. Obviously it was part of the pattern. And, we change things out and things. So it'll be changed out.
Now, what size is yours then? What size was yours?
It is I don't know by heart. 25 by 37.
Is it centimeters?
Yeah, almost a 30 by 40. I wanted to start small. Well, I don't really think it's that small because it is going corner to corner.
Gotcha. So am I understanding that correctly? Like you were putting the bling in the entire white background?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Let me show you the background that the picture came with. And the colors are already, I don't know if you can see them, but they're already muted blues.
Okay.
Different hues of blues. So
and what was the background? Like white? Or
white?
The gray?
Like a gray, yeah.
Because I have that kit too. I have that one too.
Oh, that's right. She does. She has the kit. And she left me behind and went and got real ambitious on it.
Okay.
That's the background.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh. So it was, first of all, it was killing me. I'm like, I hate these ugly plain. I like my beautiful sparkle. And so I'm like, oh. And when you're doing this, for an hour, same color, you don't get any variety and things. Everything starts to look ugly. So I said, let me get my sheet. I got my little sheet out. Then I got my project going on my iPad. And I said, let me go in. First, I went in and I tried to do, and I don't really like to, but I tried to do like color for color. And you see, I started trying to write in the ones that I definitely wanted to swap out. Yeah. Then I said, maybe not color for color, but at least get in the realm. So there's going to be, where's my picture at? That's it, yeah. So obviously in the picture, there's a lot of blues and things. These are all grays and blues.
Okay.
The pink was very muted. It wasn't like a vibrant pink like you see on this pattern. So I definitely wanted that to stand out. Then the butterflies, they look one color. They're blue hues. So they're, I don't know. I think there has to be a gradient that's more powerful. so you
Mhm.
can like see the distinction in color and not be so subtle because it washes it out, in my opinion. So
Gotcha.
that is an area that I'm trying to work on. But it's all like coming from my own personal creativity. There's some, on the lamb's tail, some opportunity there to kind of make some color pop. But if I make color pop in the fur, then where do you go with the, items that should stand out? So I think that's kind of where my mind is. But I definitely am struggling with the mix between my sparklers.
What is it you're doing in the background? What
Mhm.
color is it? Is
That's
that
original.
And original.
Original.
Okay. So since you've already got that, what is that? Like a quarter or a small space up there, right?
Correct. It's going into sheet 2. So there's like 9 sheets, I think.
So at this point, I don't know that I'd want to pull that off. That'd be just too much to pull off there. I think I would stick with your plan,
Okay.
because as far as the background goes, because that's just too much to change, in my opinion. What do you think, Michelle?
I thought real strong and hard. I started to go with a different background.
And see,
yeah, and then
I was saying that to you. And that's another thing too. I love original sparklers, but they are strong, meaning you are really ready to say, I'm here.
Yep.
And because they're so strong, right? Because if you look in this crown, I have 6 different sparklers in that crown. So I have original sparkler, I have sunshine, I have champagne, right? I'm just saying, just to give you guys, some flavor. But I also have 742 crystal AB in there, and I also have this one right here, 792. Now, and when you look at it, you don't really see green. I try to tell people it might look green, but when you put it on the canvas up against other drills, depending on what those drills are, it tones it down. But original sparklers, I love them because it just makes everything pop out.
They do.
It makes it just pop out. Because I have to put original sparklers in everything that I do, because it just makes it boom, it makes it there. Because you're so strong in the back, that's why you're hating those other drills. I think
that probably is true. Yeah,
I just trust the process and go through. It's going to come alive once you put more of those drills.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't want to change out the background because when I looked at the picture, I'm seeing it in its reverse. Obviously, it would be naturally a great idea to make the lamb pop, but I wanted the background. I want the background to be so subtle and so dull. Plus, it's a color. It's hard. It's easier when it's like a all white background, but it's a color. It's like gray and it's dull. So I figured, make the background come alive, outline maybe the lamb, and then put highlights and things like that, and like the butterflies that's fluttering around it. The lamb has a neck piece on,
So what I would do at this point is, there's too much of that background you've done that I wouldn't change that, and you can't go change any other part because you've already had that one corner. So I'd keep that the same. And so at this point, you got to look at it differently. So basically, you want to make sure, in my opinion, anything that is touching those sparklers, that's going to be normal drills probably, or you could get away with the pixie dust, something very subtle, but you're not going to want other bling next to that. So you're going to want to make sure that the butterflies are outlined with regular drills, and that what you have in them would be more, again, glitter. Glitter is more of a subtle thing. The pixie dust, maybe an occasional, some crystal in there, throughout that. You could do a darker, like on the collar. I don't know the exact color, but you could do something like raven.
Dark blue and dark purple.
What is it? Dark purple?
Yeah, the spikes are dark purple.
So Temptation might work because that's a metallic sparkler, but it won't compete necessarily with all the AB on the original.
Right. I can even see the color being like a background, and then the spike popping on it. I just was trying to get away from all the dull gray. It's the first time I'm blinging in reverse. I've never done a bling in reverse. Usually, we have a canvas to kind of, draw against and things. And you can immediately see if you change one color out for just this particular area, it's easy to put that back in. It's just a little more challenging, and maybe, tasks that's, more,
Right.
creative based. Like, let's just see where my imagination can go type of
Right.
Yeah.
creativity.
And everybody's different, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
thought process is
Yeah,
different.
yeah, you can do it a million different ways. And the
Mhm.
other thing that, and Sue just mentioned it too. She's gotten very good at blinging as well. But another thing she did, and that Cheryl and I are going to be doing in one of these new ESs, is we're suggesting when they have all this same color background, and it's so hard to get through that. So
Mhm.
decide what percentage of bling you want, and we're saying, okay, you can put. Let's say you have one bag of 310. And so let's say you want, or at this case, we were doing like 5,200 or some cream or something back there, right? And so we added a coordinating AB and a coordinating pixie dust, and we just mixed it, have a percentage we want mixed in there, and that's just going to randomly be mixed in the background.
Oh, that's a good idea. I would have
So,
loved to have done
the
that.
same colors, so the same color scheme, but it gives it just a little bit of something back there.
Yep.
Another thing I did with the Michaelina painting a couple years ago, because it was a solid black background, and that's so hard to work in just solid colors background.
Yeah.
And that we had just come out with Raven at the time, and I started this pattern back there. It was kind of a tone on tone. So when you first look at it, it's hard to even tell it's there, but you get it at a certain angle, and those stripes just show up. And I went with like every fourth one was a stripe, so all across the background is stripes. We're going to do another one in Rosea. I don't know if you remember Rosea. She's that little girl with all pink on her. She's got the pink bird flamingo and a pink lizard and that artist from Diamond Art Club. Well, the background's all pink, right? And so we're going to make a wallpaper background. So it's all pink in the background, and we're getting a coordinating pixie dust and or AB. And we're just making a pattern, like 2 lines, skip 2, do a single line, skip 2, and do a double line. So it looks like a wallpaper in the background, but
That's
it's
a good idea. Yeah.
very subtle, very subtle.
Yeah, I like that. See, I didn't think to do any of that, giving it
okay.
depth. I dove right in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let the creativity hit me. And then I'm like, oh, it was easier to enhance someone else's idea. Whoo! This being out here on your own is a whole lot of work.
And so I absolutely for backgrounds that are all the same, I have to change it up. So for me, like if you look at what I did with the Michaelina, so it took a lot of time, but this was all one color in the back. It's 3 colors for me. I changed it. So I added, because I didn't want it to have that dull look, which gave it so much shine, right?
It did.
It gave it so much shine. So in here, I think I put sunshine. I use sunshine and frost. So I like, when I look at that paint, and I don't know about you guys, but every time I see a painting, I see the bling. So when I picked that painting, because that's the one I bought the first time, I thought of Frost, Luna, Original Sparkler, and Clear Sparkler for the background. So
that Frost. Boy.
That's what I thought of, right? And I still have that. That's probably what I'll do when I do that one. That was my mind for that background. And I said, okay, but I got to come up with a design for the background. So I was going to do swirls.
Nice.
Swirls. So you might have a section in that gray. I might have some of the gray in there, but you might have a section that might have more Original Sparklers than the Frost, more Frost than the Clear Sparkler. But I put that together in my head for that background. And then I said, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'll do a checkerboard. Or maybe I'll do like an actual checkerboard 10 by 10. I'll do all 10 Original Sparkler, all 10 that gray, all 10 Luna. It's just in my head. That's what I see for that background. But it will break it up and change it. But that's just me, right? Then I said, oh, maybe I'll do a border. Maybe I'll do 10 by 10 and do a border in Frost and do an X. Do Luna, Original Sparkler, and then the gray. It's just a design. I just come up with designs in my head, and I don't know why I do that. But almost every painting that I do, I have some kind of design going on. So if you look at what's the last painting I did? Libra. The scale at the top is a design. So it's the quad cube. It's the original quad color cube. So just a clear quad cube, clear crystal. Then I have a matte quad cube. Then I have original sparklers around it, and I just followed the design going around. And it just gave it, I'll go get it. It just gave it a different look. And I said, oh, I love it. I love it. But again, in my head, I have all these different sort of colors and type of drills in my head because I have it here. I have it. So every time I buy from Tmall, and I haven't bought in a while. I haven't bought in probably since we came back from the Ohio retreat. Yeah. Right? I haven't bought in a while. And I was like, I'm going to wait. All right, I'm going to wait because then I'm going to build it up. Well, I need some now. I got to get a little to come to the house. And I go to the Lone Star Retreat. I'll put another order in. But what I do is I look at the drills when I get them. I open them up. I look at them. I take them out of their original packages and I put them in square bottles so I see them. I see what I want to use. I'm like, oh, I need to use that color. So again, it's just about coming up with your own scheme. But I think it'll be fine, Tia. Just go with it.
Go with it.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't want to change it out too much. I want it to look like, oh, she did a good job. Look at that.
You did a good job.
There's no, I don't
like.
You are doing a good job. There's no right or wrong.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be very blingy, but there's nothing wrong with very blingy, especially if you go and treat that lamb and the butterflies and something, then it'll all come together for you. But that was another idea, Rochelle, is a border as well. Do something with the border on something that's so plain, with so much of the same color in the background.
Yeah. And don't take anything off. Put it above. Just put a little glue on there. And actually, the glue comes on mine outside of the grid.
Mine did too. That's why I put at the top. I put. I
think it'll be fine.
The glue goes all the way up.
So that's like with this one. And Sue Bell's in the chat. Sue knows. She took me a minute because I changed out this section. I was like, it's too much bling. I got to change that out. I started with, I think I had pearls in here. I started with
I like the pearl and the metallic because I do feel like that's when it starts to help give dimension. So like when we were working on Wonder Woman, I know I didn't finish, but the belt is definitely done. So as we were mixing our drills, what I noticed is our belts, especially if you see Honey Bunny's, her belt looks like you are snapping it into the canvas. And we both focused on that area of like the mixed drills. We did pearls and we did metallics on top of, and it did give it depth and things. So if you're working like how you're working with that the body piece, I feel like that's giving it so much depth, and it's formulating it the way obviously it was designed in the day to look and stuff.
But then again, in that section, I have pearls. I have all kinds of bling, all different types. And I started with, and like I said, Sue Bell knows because me and her were probably on the phone the whole time I did this painting. Stop, leave it alone. Put it down. You got to move on. But if you look here, I had pearls going all the way around here, right? But it didn't give me the color I wanted. So I just took them up and said, let me put some pink. She has no pink in the original picture. I put pink in her. I have metallic, metallic roost, I think. I just wanted to bring some color in. So I said, bring color in. But long story short is, right, guys, you can do whatever makes your heart feels good. And if you stick with the process, just go with it. So you see, I have frost in here. I have frost in the background. I have sunshine. I have champagne. Again, it's just play around. A lot of fun. And if you don't use the drills you have, what they going to do? Sit on the shelf. Use them. But I absolutely love bling. And I was so excited to do the cross stitch conversion because I replaced probably 75% of the drills on my DAC canvases with, I shouldn't say 75%, probably about 50% with bling or with products from DP with sparklers because I just wanted to look a certain way. So I couldn't wait because I said, now I can really do what I want to do. And this is 57 colors and I replaced 25.
That is really coming out though nicely.
Those resin drills aren't here. It's acrylic, just like yours. And I said the same thing when I opened it. I started with 10. I was like, oh, I need to put some more bling before I even touched the canvas. Let me go back in. But what I did was I looked at the picture. And when I looked at the picture, forget even looking at the drills and the symbols. What I do is, and I think Tracy's in the chat, I'll pull up the picture because Tracy reached out to me and said, Rochelle, what are your thoughts on this one? So I gave her something real quick. I'll show you guys what I do. But I look at it and I'll be like, oh, I want to put pumpkin spice here. Oh, I want to put that pixie. Oh, I want to put crystal 701 there. Oh, I need to get a dark green right there. Oh, down here in this blue. Oh, I'm going to put some pixie over there. Oh, I'm going to make him pop. I do that first and I write it down on my iPad. So I'll draw like I'll use my color marker and put the colors that I want. And then I'll put a little box on there and say sparklers or pixie or crystal AB. And I'll be honest, I pulled out an AB, a regular AB, and I put it back. I'm not into ABs, just the regular ABs anymore. I have them. I'll probably use them for something. But I like pixie dust. When you came out with pixie dust, Tima, I said, ADs, move on over. Y'all go hey! So I like pixie. I mean, pixie for me is just soft and subtle, but they also give you that. And I like glitter. I like glitter with pixie. I think glitter and pixie looks good together.
You know, we're going to have almost 100 new colors of pixies this year.
Listen, I'm for it. See why I'm waiting?
Wow.
100 new colors of pixie.
Yep, almost. We'll have over 200 colors by the time we're all said and all done. So those are in production and on the way to us. Some of them we have to do them in batches. It's just too much, too overwhelming, and even now I'm not sure where we'll put them all. But I'm like, I want to be the first to get to 200. You know, the kids don't want to get anything new, right? The kids don't like getting anything new, and I'm like, nope, we're going to be the first to get to 200.
Yes, and I want to show you guys one more because this one here. I got some drills way back, and I wasn't sure how I was going to use them, but I used them on. This is Rochelle by Hannah Lynn. Okay, so I replaced, I think about 20 something colors, almost 30 colors on this one. But if you guys look at that light that's supposed to come through here, like the lighthouse going across, that's that glow AB. I didn't know how to use them. I was like, oh, but when I saw this painting, I'm like, oh, that glow AB. Now I just got to give them the glow.
And the thing is with the glow, like not many people see them at night. I will tell you, I did my Brave Soldier. You got some glow? Do you know what the Brave Soldier?
It's going in my lamp.
Good. Well, my DAC Brave Soldier is filled with glow, and since it's on my wall with my son who's in the Navy, it's under his picture. I walk by that every night. So when the lights go out, I see it glowing every night.
So it just not glowing. I know why. I got to get the black light and put on here. I got to take it outside or something because I have another one that glows. But this was before pixie dust. If I would have had pixie when I did this, it'd have been a whole different look.
You want me to tell y'all a little secret? You'll be the first to know right here on Rochelle's channel. Do y'all want to hear a secret? We now we're going to have 5,200 pixie dust that also glows.
I'm for it. Bring it on in. Bring it on in.
Yep.
Really? That's a good idea, though. That one. Is that coming soon, Tima?
Yes.
Not yet.
Yep. Maybe even next week.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. All right, everybody. You heard it from Tima. Write that down. We'll have to all go out there and, make sure we get our order in. And where Berta? Berta's not here. Don't buy it all up, Berta.
Yeah, there's only a limited amount the first release because some, I paid to ship some to come quicker, and then the rest will come later. So,
in this painting, I learned how to use glitter. So the glitter drills for me sat for a while because I had to really figure out how to use them. But in her hair, she has glitter, and again, you can't really tell unless you get up close. But it just has a different. So I have glitter drills in her hair. So this was before Pixie. Like I said, if I would have had Pixie here, I would have done her all this in Pixie. But again, it's just, there's Berta. Hey, Berta. Yeah, I was going to say, if something is sold out, you can make a private message.
Get that
bill. She has a heart of gold. She has a heart of gold. Heart of gold. And I'm sure, she'll give you a couple.
We give you a personal consultation. So
Yes, yes. So bling is just all about having fun, if you ask me. I picked the name Bling It Up because when I see a canvas, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Now I'm struggling with, all right, which canvas do I want to do next? Because I like to get my bling situated. And what I do, guys, is when I know I'm going to do a canvas, I have a drawer system for my bling. And again, things go right in the containers when I get them from team. I'm a little behind, but they go in the containers. So what I do is I pull a drawer and I put everything that I think might work on that canvas. So, and Susan here, before I forget, hashtag sparkle, guys. We're going to do a giveaway. Hashtag sparkle. So everybody get that in the chat. So what I do is I pull a drawer, and I'll show you guys, because it's in my head and I like to get things down on paper or get it situated. This is what I do. I'll show you. So Snow Tiger was one I was supposed to do. I don't know, Sue. We were supposed to do that maybe a month or two ago. Sue did hers. I didn't do mine. But what I do is I pull a drawer and I'll put the name of the canvas here so I can remember one. And everything I think I may use, whether I use it or not, I just put it in here.
Oh, wow.
So then when I pull out the canvas, I'm like, I already got what I think I'm going to use here. Now, I might not use all this, but now I know Snow Tiger, I had a lot of greens. So Princess Tiana has greens. I went and got my Snow Tiger and said, oh, wait a minute, I got to get some of this out of here because I need to use.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask you. Is that an art dot drawer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I was going to ask you what
one
happens if you've moved your bling like that and you need it. So you just go and find it.
Yeah, this isn't an art dot drawer. This is actually, believe it or not, my husband, he came home one day. I was like, I found something for you. And I was like, what you find? And he was like, I found a drawer system.
Oh.
And I was like, really? And I'm like, oh God. Because his taste is not like my taste, but it's okay. And he was like, you want to see it? I'm like, absolutely, because he saw my art dot drawers.
Okay.
And when he showed me, I was like, oh, you got to go get some more of those because they fit perfectly. And they cost half the price.
Ooh.
Maybe more than half the price. So it's a 9-drawer system, and I have 3 sets of them. So I have 27, and it's perfect. And art dot drawers sit on top of it perfectly. And he paid $29.99 for one.
Ooh. So
he went and got 2 more. And I was like, get them all. Buy them all. Get all of them. He was like, really? I said, yes, get all of them. He went
so where did he get them from?
Marshalls.
That's funny.
So I told Cheryl Gearhart's when, I think it was, Cheryl probably know when. I went out to Cheryl. Let me get Cheryl on here. And I told Cheryl about it. Cheryl, you remember when I told you about this drawer system that I got? Because Amazon had it for $120.
Ooh-wee.
$29.99.
no, that's too much.
And guess what? We went back to get more.
They were gone. Yeah, I figured they were gone.
He was like, I told you I should have just bought them all because I said, get more. But wait a minute, because I got to figure out where they're going to go. He's like, let me just buy them. No. Where are you going to put them? I'll put them in the basement. I can't, my brain. He's like, you don't even go down there. I'll put them down. No. Cheryl, you know how I am. Cheryl, I needed you yesterday, Cheryl. So my brain couldn't figure out how I was going to use something that was sitting in the basement. And guess what happened? 4 days later, they were gone.
What?
They were gone. They were all gone. I was going to buy them all. So I don't know if you guys in the chat know about Marshalls, but Marshalls, I'm going to be honest, I don't like going to Marshalls. I like going with my husband because I don't know how he finds the stuff. I like to be able to go in and know exactly where to get something from. But he's a picker. He likes to go.
Yeah, you have to pick when you're going through.
Everything in the store. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, let's get this one. So my brain can't handle that. That's my own anxiety, though. So I know that about myself. So if I tell him I want something, he'll go get it. Those towels we talk about, that's where he goes. So Marshall's had it, and I should have just got over my own nonsense and got them all. But it's okay, because they'll have something else. But they fit perfectly. I'll take a picture someday. They fit perfectly. But this is what I do. And see, I don't know about you guys, but I have a thing where once I see it, I know I have it. So I know everything that's in here.
Gotcha.
Where does Cheryl go?
She's driving. They're riding today. This is her first day of her vacation.
She's not
So
coming here. She turned me down flat. There was no hesitation. No.
Hey, Tammy. So that's what I do. And again, I'll pull this out. So when I'm ready to do, like I did Princess Tiana, I pulled 4 or 5 different colors from here.
gotcha.
Now,
Now, I have to replenish them. So now my order, when I go back, I have a list. And what I do is I put, when I need something, I have a little counter over here and I put a label on my container and it's nothing in it. So I know that's what I need to order from Timo.
Gotcha.
I'll be right
now,
back.
I'm sorry. When you and Cheryl go about, because you guys are doing a lot of enhancement suggestions, where do you start? Do you guys, collab? Is one person taking point? How do you go about, at this point?
Well, we one night on one of the lives, we did a small one real quick right there. And what we do is we have a system. We set out all of my round or square, whatever we start with. These days we start with square, and we set out my bling on the table. And we pull the canvas out. Cheryl's usually the one that opens the canvases, and she's usually the one that starts cutting the drills apart. Well, I'm getting my notepad, and I'm starting to put the information on the notepad. The date, the name, the company, who the artist is, the size, that type of thing. So I'm getting that ready. And then I'm taking a picture of the sticker sheet because I take all the pictures. I take a picture of the sticker sheet. So I get that ready. And then she cuts out all the bling. We write down, we have the bling set aside. I have my markers and I make the codes or the symbols on each bag. So then we look at where that bling is already designed. Where did they put the A?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm not allowed to make the symbols because I don't do very well at drawing the symbols.
No, I'll be like, what is that? I go to the restroom, I come back, and she's got some odd hieroglyphic thing on there. And I'm like, what the world?
So when it comes to, I know you created the mathematics behind the border. How long did that take you? And where did the thought process, like I would have never been able to come up with that.
Well, what I did on the border is I took the one that Tina had and we took several pictures and I figured out the sequence, right? I figured out what the full pattern was. I think it was 13 different quad cubes. And then the spacing. And then I literally counted how many spaces that was. And then I went and I counted per centimeter how many spaces there were for the same. So I was able to figure out the mathematical formula. So if it's a round canvas, it needs to be this many. If it's a square canvas, it's this many. So like, we know it's 4 spaces in 1 centimeter. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2.5 million. Yeah, 4 spaces in 1 centimeter. Right. So that's basically the calculation. And then I just figured out the pattern as to what it was, and then figuring out what the quantity of drills was as to how far that would cover. So people would know if it had enough, and they weren't asking Tina, is this enough to cover my border that I want to do?
How many different colors can you put in a border?
Well, that particular border, we did 13. You could certainly change it. The pattern would be the same if you were just changing the colors. Like, I think it would be fun to use quad pearls instead of quad cubes. Or do it with on a square canvas, do it with the big S for S instead of the quad cubes. And you can change the pattern. It's still going to come out the same. So you could just figure out how many you need. So, if I had 13 colors, you would want to have 13 colors if you're covering that same type of quantity. Or 13 bags. It doesn't mean it's 13 colors. It might be that you only want 3 colors. So if you're going to do 3 colors, you get 4 bags of 3 different colors.
Okay.
To fill in where the color goes. And then you would have your regular drill that you're using for the other rest of the pattern. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Obviously, I think more people who have seen it might be able to, kind of grasp it. I think that's neat. And I think now that might be a great idea to go around the border, you know, because we're saying, oh, it's so much, original sparklers and things. And so obviously the contrast from the lamb, that'll be one. But a border now, I'm thinking, might be another contrast.
Now, doesn't your lamb? Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you're not taking off the whole little section at that point. You would just be removing some around the edges, and that would be a doable process.
Yep, just moving some around the edge.
Mhm.
So thank you.
No,
And even if you only did it as a corner, you could even just do a corner.
Yeah.
So you could use that border and do it like 2 corner borders, right? So you could make it just be a corner that's just so many of a repeat, and you could do then a smaller one inside of it that maybe is just doesn't have as many colors in it or something.
That's
I know one of the other things I've been playing with is doing a couple of checkerboard borders, and then Tina and I have been playing around with ideas for like putting in wallpaper backgrounds. That's
Yes,
real subtle designs.
She mentioned
Okay.
that's a good idea also. I had already started on my background, and it's a lot, but I was trying to make my background pop. And you know how I feel about bling and sparkle and stuff. But
on your background, you could just randomly take out 4 drills and put a quad cube or quad pearl. Yours would be pretty with the pearls.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
See, why we have the experts on? That's a good point, Tia.
That is a
Right.
really
So
good
it wouldn't be too much to take off, but it would just add a little bit. It adds a real subtle something to the canvas.
Wow. Okay. So that's why we were doing this, so that we can, get
That's
these
a good idea.
ideas flowing and get over these, blocks. I feel like a writer.
And I have to say, for me, doing the blank canvas, I love it. I don't know what it is that my brain likes, but it's something about it that I don't know if I like the fact that I'm going like this with my iPad, putting drills down. It's like I'm doing 3 different things at one time, and I have to have a lot to do. I was saying, Cheryl, before you came on, sometimes I can't get myself situated to calm down. Like I needed Cheryl yesterday because I haven't slept for 30 hours because I needed to get something done. I was home by myself, but I just could not. And when I can't figure out how to compartmentalize or calm myself down, I just do a whole bunch of things. So I was in this room doing this, doing that. What is it that I need to do? And if Cheryl would have been here, she'd have been like, sit down, focus. But again, this gives me a different focus. I'm here, I'm there, I'm on my iPad, I'm here, I'm in my bling.
Yeah.
I love it. And one thing I do want to say too, guys, if you find a color that you like, a staple, like I have staple colors that I like from DP with Sparklers, right? I have staple colors. If you find something you like, buy it. Meaning what I try to do is I don't buy it all at the same time. Every order I put in, I might put a couple more of the same color that I like. So I have a ton of blues because I like blue. So I have a lot of metallic blues, a lot of crystal blues. And when I come down to a canvas that's blue, I just pull it all out and figure out which ones I want to use. Heaven. Oh my goodness. I got to get more heaven. I love heaven. Heaven just gives the drills around it just a totally different look, right? This sweetheart. When I first got sweetheart, I was like, but now I know how to use it. I know which crystals I want to put around it. So it's just playing around. It's trial and error. It's playing around. It's trial and error. And Tia, like yours, you want it to look a certain way, and you put a block there because it's not looking the way you want it to look.
Correct.
That's the process. Just keep going. And I want to point one thing out because this is important. The first person I saw do a cross stitch conversion is in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And that's Kel.
Kel!
That's Kel. All right. Crafts and Coffee with Chris and Kel. I think it was, I don't know whose channel it was, but it was like 2 years ago. It was a long time ago. I don't know if it was Mindy's channel, but I was watching somebody's channel, and I'll go back and figure it out. But she was the first person I saw that was doing a cross stitch conversion. And when I saw it, I was like, what is that? Heaven and Earth Design. Oh, I need to go out there. And I went on Heaven and Earth Design, and I was just, again, here I go. It was so much out there. I was just clicking for hours and hours. And I was just like, all right, I got to order a canvas. I got to do this. I got to do that. How much? Oh, no, forget it. I'm going back to Diamond Art Club and buying me a kit. So long story short, things have come a little further now because Jade at Gym Shop, she offers a kit. I paid $48 for it. That's what it was on sale. I paid $48 for it, and I paid like $10 for that pattern. And to me, I got everything I needed in that box, which was my drills, my blank canvas, but I had to go over in the legend. I had to go over to Creatively Crafting, which is Creatively Stitching now, to go get the pattern. So I paid $60, which is comparable to, maybe a DAC kit. And I was fine with that. Long story short, Heaven and Earth Design, it was probably like I was spending almost $200 if I tried to do it myself. I didn't know mini versus max. I was just like, oh, click. But I was like, nope, don't want to do it. And I didn't get it. But I did get the patterns. So now I have the patterns. Now I can work on getting the blank canvas and drills from Jade at Gym Shop. So again, it's trial and error, a lot of fun. But Tima,
Rochelle,
yes, girl.
You're gonna love this. So I got a bunch of I've been buying a bunch of the Mill Hill button and bead cross stitch kits again, and I bought one the other day that I'm going to put quad cubes on the border.
Oh, see?
Oh, that's gonna be a good idea.
I get my inspiration from others. I want people to know that. I get my inspiration. Cheryl, Tima, I get my inspiration from. I remember the first person I saw blinging. It was the first retreat I went to. I didn't understand why my canvases didn't look like half the people in the room. And it was Tima, it was Tia, it was J Rob, and I'm like, why there's some sparkle coming off their canvases? They put glitter. Do I need some glitter? So
we study it. It's a college course.
I didn't know.
I bring my little storage, and I'm sitting there like, okay, like what we gonna do next?
I didn't know.
And I have 4 of these. And so I go through, and when they can't fit, they got to go somewhere. So they just sit on top. So the key is that, like how you said, you got a storage box. Yep. That's exactly what we do. So I pull out my original, and then I place it next to. And would this work? You could see the little sparkle picking up. So
I see it.
That's when you know you're on the right track when you start to light up.
And look, so I got it. I saw Tia. Okay. I saw Tia and I saw others, J Rob and others with the sparkle. So then I knew sparkle. Then the vendor room opened and I knew what sparkle was. Once I knew what sparkle was, I had so much fun. And I remember, listen, I gotta say it. I know we're over time, so we're ready to go do this giveaway. J-Pa, I went to J-Pa and said, because it's the vendor room. And I didn't know him as J-Pa then. I just knew he was this guy over at the bling table. I had to go over there, but I learned who people were at this retreat. And I said, I want to do this with this canvas. What do you think about that? And he was like, oh, you need Tima. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Tima came up, and then Tima was like, buy this for that. Oh, that looked nice. And I bought it, and that's how my sparkle journey started. Right? That's how it started. And from there, I bought the monthly kits. I wasn't sure how I was going to use them. I just bought the monthly kits. It was like $32, $35 maybe. I bought the monthly kits. I might have threw 1 or 2 other ones in, but I bought the monthly kits for a year before I pulled them out. And once I pulled them out and opened them all up, I had a stash just from the monthly kits. Once a month I bought it. And it was enough to get me started. And so I try to tell people, you don't need to have a bunch of bling. You can have 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter. It's how you mix it in and play with it. And try to acquire a little bit at a time. And I waited a whole year before I started using it. And the Bat and the Cat was really the first. That and Craftically, I did The Language of Love, I believe, was the canvas. Those were the first 2 canvases I did where I added bling, and I haven't gone back since. So Tima, Cheryl, thank you for everything that you do. I love it. I appreciate it. But the love that you put into it is why our canvases look so good. So I appreciate that. And I started off, so you guys can go back and watch #replay. I started off talking about DP with Sparklers is not just about bling. It's a family of love, right? It's a family of compassion. And that's from Tima to J-Pop to her children to Cheryl Gearhart. Your best interest is always in mind when they're looking at that canvas, right? So we appreciate you. Keep doing what you do. And don't forget, guys, you can't go wrong with adding sparkle. You just can't go wrong. Just put it down. Like Tia, that's going to be beautiful. Even if you continue with that and just do the acrylic drills in the middle, I bet you it'll still be beautiful. So everybody put hashtag sparkle in the chat because we are getting ready to do a giveaway. Any parting thoughts, Cheryl? Anything you want to let everybody know?
Tell everybody you're on your way to Vegas.
Cheryl's driving somewhere.
Cheryl's going to Colorado Springs. I'm not going to Vegas because you, Tia, not your weather. You are too hot all up in there.
There it is. Too hot. That's right.
No, as to any parting thoughts, just keep trying things, people. Keep trying things and try it in little bits and pieces. It doesn't have to look like somebody else's. It has to look like what it does for you. But the main tip I will tell you is after you've done it, don't look at the canvas laying down. Hold the canvas up. Have somebody hold it up and step back. And then see, do you really like it or do you not? That's where it's going to change.
That's right. That's a good tip, Cheryl. Thank you. Tia, over to you, and then we'll go to Tima. Anything, Tia?
Definitely, want to make sure that I show you guys one of the items that's going to be in for the giveaway. This is your item packaged. It's a Pom Pow pen. And then the name of it, just so you can see it outside of the packaging. This is Butterfly's Delights. Yeah. I don't know if you guys, the colors don't usually render well. I'm not sure why, but they don't render well. But it is a mystical ethereal green purple. There is a little bit of teal peacock, as they call it, and then a shiny glittery silver. So hopefully, it's picking up and it's rendering. But that is what one of the items are. So yes.
And I would say, don't be intimidated. Start with an enhancement suggestion of a diamond painting you have. Go get one of the little Amazon kits and get one of our little enhancement suggestions and see what we do. Just put 4 or 5 changes on there and start small. And then start with starter sets or bling sets. Get a set so you start your stash, because you can't really, it's hard to create without that stash there. So, I mean, again, you can do the enhancement suggestions. That is a perfect way to just buy what you need at that time. One more thing, when you said that, Rochelle, about buying things, real quick, just a FYI, is when we rebuy product, there is always the possibility, and it happens all the time, that the die lots change. It's very frustrating on our end, very frustrating, because we're creating these kits and sets according to the die lot we have in hand. But just know that. So if you have a project and you think you need 2 bags, you might want to buy 3, because that next die lot could be different. And I'm sorry, I have no control over it, but it is very real. That's something we live with all the time.
Yes, yes. I suggest that as well. So again, when I see something I like, whether I use it or not, right? So when this came in, when Tima released it on a Friday Night Live, I purchased it. I loved it. So I just went out and bought more. And I haven't used much of it yet. I just keep it in the container because they do change. I'm going to show you guys one more thing. I absolutely love Bling. Again, I purchased all my products. Everybody can get their products where they want. I get all my products from DP with Sparklers. I have a great stash because of how I started. I started with the starter kits and those little monthly sets, pulled them all out after a year, and that's where my start came from. So for the last 2 years, this is what I got to. So this is my latest finish, and I'll just let you guys see it, right? And this is just after, right? But this is after 2 years of really using products and getting an understanding of how to blend the drills so they have the look that I want. And for me, it doesn't make a difference what the canvas looks like. I make it look the way I want to look. So look at the scales, right? And I'll take pictures and put it out there. It's a design. It's a design. And I like to just do designs in my paintings. The same thing with the sword. It's a design. It has a design in the sword. That's just what I like, because when I go back, it just gives it a look. So again, I have Saint here. Stay behind me. So this is going to go up on the wall, and I'm going to get this one framed, and this is going to go up on the wall as well. So again, guys, it's all about just having fun. It's just about having fun. So let's go do that giveaway so I can let you guys get back to your Sunday. So hashtag Sparkle. Hopefully everybody got it on. I'm going to share my screen in a second. Stay with me. And what I'm going to do is StreamYard giveaway, and let's see who is going to win that prize. Now, it's 2 giveaways, guys. It's a giveaway which everyone in the chat is participating in, and that's the giveaway here, which is hashtag Sparkle. There'll be another giveaway for the folks that are in the cross-stitch conversion and have posted progress, but I do that away from the channel, and I'll post that in my Facebook later on today. So everybody, hold tight. Let me share, and let's see who the winner will be. I had to get the right screen up. I don't want you guys seeing all my mess. So hold on 1 second. We'll get there. All right. So let's see. Do you guys see the giveaway tool? You let me know because I just made my screen small.
Yes, it's
All
there.
right, perfect. Here we go. We are going to start collecting comments. Let's see how many we have. We only have 8, but 8 is good. Are we ready? We're going to draw. Here we go. And the winner will be all right, Cynthia Gant. Cynthia Gant, you are the winner. Congratulations. So if you can, please send me your address, name, address, and your email in my messenger. And if I don't get something from you, I'll send something to you just to remind you. So congratulations, Cynthia. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Cheryl, Tima, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Tia, thank you. And everybody, I'm going to let T-Ma close this out because I love her show. So let's go, T-Ma. What are you telling folks?
All right. Remember to shine bright and don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.